Okay, do the words, I don't know, maybe just bring an appy, send you into a tizzy when it comes to holiday parties? Because, I don't know, you don't know what to do, but we're in luck. Chef Paul Lillakas, he is the appetizer master. I was just saying, you have so many appetizers in your repertoire.
I've done a lot of hosting. I've done a lot of catering, and I'm always having to come up with something that's kind of one size fits all.
And you're going with something a little polarizing today.
Yep.
Because mushroom is one of those things that you could ask 10 people if they like mushrooms, and 5 would say yes, 5 would say no.
Yeah, there's definitely some haters out there, but I call this my hater conversion recipe, because I serve this to people who say absolutely not with mushrooms, and they're shocked and delighted and surprised.
What is it about the mushroom, do you think?
I think often it's a texture thing. People don't like the texture, or they've had lousy mushrooms. I hate to say it. Over the years, they've had slippery gray mushrooms that don't have a lot of flavor. So a couple of tips on how I make them better. I elevate them.
Does it matter the type of mushroom that you're using?
Nope. Ultimately, I mean, for this kind of a recipe and this aggressive cooking, I like something with some meat on it. So a cremini, a button, a portobello, not something like an oyster, a delicate mushroom. So I have these cremini mushrooms, and as you can see, I've cooked them down quite a bit. So about 12-15 minutes, little salt, little olive oil. So you're removing that water, and they get this very meat-like texture.
Nice.
And then we're adding flavor. So big flavor. My Dijon mustard, loads of flavor. I love using that, and complementing it with a little bit of horseradish, garlic, sage, red wine vinegar.
Vegetarian too.
It's vegetarian, yep.
You know what I mean? Vegan?
Absolutely. Well, we're going to add a little bit of butter at the end, but if you wanted to make it vegan, you absolutely could just swap that out for a little bit of oil as well. So you can smell that already.
Yeah. You're doing this all ahead of time, right? You're doing this all ahead of time.
It can be done ahead of time and just heat it up. So now you're letting those mushrooms absorb all that flavor. Yeah. And as soon as this hits the pan, people will come in and be like, what's going on here?
Okay, throw that butter on there.
A little knob of butter, and this will just kind of gloss them up a bit. And really, now you can turn off the power and just let them kind of glaze a little bit.
Okay. I love what you're doing to put them on, because they look like crostinis, but they're not.
They're crostinis.
Crostinis.
These are croissant toasts.
Like a day old.
A day old croissant.
Croissant.
Yep.
And then if you didn't have a day old, you could probably go buy them because they're a little bit cheaper.
You could, and you don't have to buy the nicest ones. You could buy the ones in the 6-pack because they're full of butter. They slice up nicely and they toast up really nicely, and they get this sort of brown butter flavor that complements mushrooms very well. And they're light.
Yeah,
and
they're not
airy.
as hard as a crostini.
Yeah, they're not going to cut the roof of your mouth.
Bingo, I was about to say.
Yeah, perfect. And so all you have to do, make sure these are nice and glossed up with that butter. And I have a little taster for you if you'd like to try
so you got this, and you just got a little color on it, a little chive on it.
A little bit of chive.
Are these one-biters? What are these?
That one's a one-biter. I thought it'd be easy for you. And nice, flaky, flavorful, lots going on there. Meaty, right? They are like little meaty nuggets, so they're not slippery like,
like not tons of ingredients. You know what I mean?
Simple ingredients, flavorful ingredients, and things that you probably already have on hand.
Okay, next. What are we doing next?
All right, and then just as a little add-on, I made some antipasto skewers. I swear I did not intend for them to come out looking like preppy little French guys with berets on, but here we are. As I made the third one, I'm like, they're like looking at me.
Are you putting them together in a certain way for like flavors, or is it just colors, or what are you doing?
I thought it would be nice to sort of color differentiate and shape. So I put one of these my gherkins on top, nice and acidic.
Which looks like the hat.
Which ends up looking like the beret. Okay. And then over here we have some tomatoes here.
Okay. I got one.
I put the tomato on, and then I grab a little piece of basil, which I did not intend to look like a little scarf in the wind, but it really, really does. And then, now here's where it got really too human-like. Okay, so I took some of this long calabrese salami, and I'm just folding it like accordion style.
Right.
And I meant for this to just kind of look like a ruffle, but as you stick it on here, and then you throw a little piece of fontina on and kind of cinch it, it winds up looking quite like a bow tie.
This is melon?
Yeah, this is cantaloupe.
Oh, cantaloupe.
I've used a melon baller to just pull little balls out, and some people say, it's hard to get the perfectly round shape. A melon baller is a really cheap, sharp tool. You just kind of push it deep into the flesh and then spin it 180 degrees. And a little olive on the bottom, and you have antipasto skewers, and to present them, upside down, cored cantaloupe.
Okay, gotta go. Merry Christmas, Paul.
Merry Christmas.
Fabulous ideas. Hook it up with our website, cach.com. Recipes there. See you tomorrow.